Hello and welcome to Caravan Escapades. I hope everybody's keeping safe and well. What I want to talk to you today about is replacing the front friction pads on your Alko stabiliser. We're currently at Inkelborough Fields over in Norfolk, and when we arrived I unhitched the Caravan and a piece of the front friction pad stabiliser fell out. I don't know how well you can kind of see that. That kind of fell out. I kind of instantly knew what it was. Do I know how it happened? I think I might know. On the way here we had to do an emergency stop. Somebody pulled out from a side road in front of us, so literally had to slam the anchors on very, very quickly. And I almost wonder whether that kind of sudden jolt within the tow hitch caused it to shatter. Seemed to be working all right for the rest of the journey. I mean, it happened probably about half an hour out, but I knew when I'd kind of taken it apart that I'd have to replace it. So what I've done is I've stripped the nose down, stripped it apart, and this bit was still kind of remaining stuck in there. It's fastened with a screw, and I think this is kind of the other bit that sort of snapped off. So I have bought a new set. They do come as a front and rear set. As I say, I've already stripped it down. Here's the new set. I did manage to get this from one of the local caravan suppliers in the area. Not too far away, just up the road. So I have stripped the nose down already, or stripped the stabiliser down already, but what I'll probably do now is go through with you, certainly replacing the front one. I don't know whether to replace the rear one just yet, whether I've got the right tools available with me. I think I probably have, but let's give it a go and we'll see how we get on. So as you can see from what we can see here, I've already stripped down the handle basically from the stabilizer. You need to strip that down so that you can get this piece off, this rubber piece, which kind of fits in there and on there over that. And then in the front here is you have a little access for a screwdriver or a screw to get the stabilizer out and sorted. So what I'm going to do is unpack this, being careful not to snap it. They can be a little bit brittle if you're not careful. Let's just try and rip that open. Probably be worthwhile bringing a pair of scissors with you. There are instructions when I can get into it. I'm probably going to end up ripping the instructions, knowing me. Let's get something to just, there we go, break that seal. So we have got the two friction pads. I will put links for these in the description below. They weren't particularly cheap, but there's the one that snapped and broken. You can see what it should be like. And here's the rear one, which I will take a look at whether replacing, and they do both come with fixing screws. But what I'll do is I'll just put those safe to one side for the moment and just show you that they do come with a full set of instructions. When I can get into the instructions, that is. It's very well packed, I must admit. So within there we do have a full set of instructions showing you how to replace your front and rear pads. So excuse me. So let's start with the front pad. The front pad does fit just inside and into the recess here. Let's just make sure we get that lined up properly. Oh, that's my instructions blowing away. Let's keep them safe for a moment. This little bit fits in this hole in the front here, and this little bit goes around and over your indicator section. So we shall just feel around and get that lined up so that it's in there. It just needs to shove up and shove around a little bit, he says. Nearly there. There we go. So that is now clipped in. So that's popped in with a little bit of fiddling, and what we've got is we've got a screw, or the retaining screw here, which fits just in the end. So we'll get that fastened in and just screw that in. It's more of a sort of self-tapper screw really, so it can be a little bit tight just to get it kind of home. There we go. I think what I'll maybe do is just swap that to the ratchet. Obviously try not to tighten it too tight, as not to snap it at all. There we go, and just make sure that's nice and tight in there. Now I think what I am going to give it a go of doing, as we're swapping it as a pair, is basically, if I can get in here with the tool, is swapping the rear one. So same sort of thing in the back there. On what I might have to do, if I just take the lock off, move that out of the way, bring the handle up, and I'm just going to go down underneath and just make sure. Let's see if we can get on there. Yeah, so we should just be able to get on there if I can see what I'm doing. It might be a slightly smaller. Is that the right size head? Yep, let's just get in there with the torch. There we go. So let's put that torch down. There we go. Just need to it's a little bit fiddly, I must admit. So I can always fast forward through this bit. Gosh, it is fiddly. There we go. So that's fished out. That's the old pad compared to the new one. The Caravan is only a couple of years old, so I wouldn't expect the pads to be drastically worn or anything like that. There is obviously only one way of fitting them in, but as we're replacing them anyway, or as we replace the front one, let's replace them as a pair. So I will use again the new screw that came, and that slots in there. So again, trying not to drop it. I bet this is going to be a little bit fiddly. That's the old screw that's come out. Let's put that there. So let's drop this into position like so. Put the screw in like so. Swap that to tighten up. Yeah, it's just a little awkward. I suspect that if you've got a long enough Torx driver, a long thin one, that once the front pad's out you could probably get to this through that hole. But she's going in. Make sure that's tight, properly tight. This you are screwing into the threaded receptacle on the hitch, not actually into the pad. Then don't want to over tighten and strain any threads. But I think we're there. It certainly looks to me like we're there. Yep, so that's that tightened. Now what we need to do is we have this rubber section here, like the bump stop sort of thing, and it's got the indicator gauges where this kind of has got to slide over there and clip in again. I think that's on, and then pretty much down over there like that. I think that's how it goes. There we go. I think that's kind of on. Yeah, not sure. But on like so. Then what we've got is we need to, there's this screw here, I don't know whether you guys can see that. So the handle slides back on like so, and then we thread the handle in from this side, goes all the way through, and again with our Torx bit, making sure I've got the right size, yeah, we tighten that back down. Like so. So that's working. That goes down, that kind of locks down as we should do, and goes nice and smooth down there. Although it's not trying it properly, let's just try it with our little ball protector. So we'll drop that in there, drop that on there, that's locked on there, that's locked on there. We've got a green indication on there. Not that we're going anywhere, but let's put the lock back on, or the heavy duty lock. Find the keys. Drop that down. Tidy up, and I think we're all good and we're set. So that was how to replace the front and rear Alko friction pads. This is the AKS 3004 hitch, but they are very, very similar depending on the hitches, and the spare pads come with instructions. When I finally come round to replacing the side friction pads, I'll do a vlog on that and share that with you guys as well. So I hope you found that useful. If you guys have had a similar situation, please comment below. Particularly, I suppose I was a bit surprised. I've seen it on various forums and Facebook pages where people have said, oh, I've arrived on site and I've unhitched and this has fallen out, do I need it, sort of thing, and what is it? I mean, as soon as it fell out I knew what it was, but I guess I kind of didn't expect it to happen to me. I'm almost tempted to kind of buy a full set of friction pads front and rear and sides just to carry around with me. I mean, I'm not sure what would have happened if it had happened to us while we were in France. But we're sorted, we're all fixed, and we're all ready for the return journey home tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've appreciated it. Please interact with us, leave comments below. So if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing and sharing, and if you hit the notification button, you'll get notified when we upload more videos. So that's another one from Caravan Escapades. You guys all stay safe, happy camping, and we'll see you on the next one.